Okay, this is the 11th time trying to record this podcast episode because I stopped the first few because I didn't feel like I was articulating my words that well, and I didn't think that my voice was being captured, all that, and then I was concerned about the noise, and I thought that the outside noise from the city was going to mess up the recording, which turns out it didn't, so then I had to re-record that. And then during the re-record, I was trying to ask people if they would like to talk on the podcast and like give their like insight, voice, opinion, and whatever, or story, or you know. But no one was interested in talking at all whatsoever. Like it was not a thing. Then I finally found a couple that had just recently moved back to Seattle. And they were telling me about the time that they first met and all that stuff and like why they were in Seattle. And the whole time it was like a 5, 6, 8, I want to say it was like 8 max, like conversation. And then as I'm walking away, I'm saying like, oh, this was such a great time. I'm so glad I recorded this. I opened my phone and realized I hadn't been recording the whole fucking time. So there's that. And then, so I had to re-record that, or not really re-record. I just kind of walked away. I was like, there's no way we're gonna have this conversation again. And I was like, I'm not gonna like say. I was like, nah, that's happened. It's done. It is what it is. So then I proceeded to keep walking. It's my aunt texting me. Oh yeah. For some meat and potatoes of this podcast episode, my aunt dropped me off in the middle of Seattle at 12 o'clock and then was like, hey, go walk around. We'll pick you up at 3:30. And I was like, oh, all right, bet. So I had my camera. I brought my voice recorder. I brought my Zoom recorder, like handy recorder. But it turns out I did not bring an SD card inside of it. Like, I didn't even check to see if there was an SD card in it as I grabbed it. I checked to make sure that there was batteries in it, but I didn't even check to see if I had an SD card in there, and made that mistake. So we're recording this on the phone, but ultimately the audio quality doesn't seem to be all that bad. So we're just going to stick with it. I don't know who to talk to. It's already coming up on that time. My aunt is asking where I'm at so she can come by and pick me up. But I'm like basically posted up at this tree at this intersection, just talking into my phone. Gonna be honest, a lot of homeless in Seattle. I've seen more homeless people today in Seattle than I have in New York City in a week. So I don't know if that's just the perception of like what I was looking for or like how much it stood out, but like there is definitely, I personally, in my opinion, I feel that from being in New York City and being here in Seattle, Seattle has way more of a homeless situation than New York does, or that at least just it appears that it does. So, but it is kind of, I don't know if like I'm putting too much emphasis on it, or like if this is just like, I'm guessing it's just normal because it's happening, but just walking down like the city streets, there's skyscrapers to the left and right of me, and there are like legitimately just straight up tents just pitched on the sidewalk. Like I don't really know what to say to that. Like it was just really baffling, but like I don't know if like it should be as baffling to me as it was. But it's definitely something I've never seen like that in real life before. Like I've seen homeless like camps in Kansas City. Like but like it was never like it's not in the middle of the street with like skyscrapers to your left and your right. Like you're not on a major city street with a tent. But like I don't know, I've just never, to me that was wild. Is there anyone happy in Seattle? Happy? Oh, okay. So, same day, different time, Seattle. We're in the middle of it. We're at Pioneer Square, I think. Yeah, that's what the flags next to me say. Pioneer Square. It's pretty cool. It's really green, much like the rest of Seattle. This tree is freaking amazing. Still haven't found anyone to talk to or someone willing to stop and have a conversation. Because everyone seems to be in a hurry to do something, or they just don't want to get talked. I think probably a lot of it is just don't want to get talked to, but like haven't really had any luck with anyone. I'm gonna try with this dude across the street. I'm gonna try and catch him. Like, I'm gonna ask him if he's happy. Oh no, he's just giving me the stink eye. Sir, would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior, goth girls and fishnets? What the fuck? She's just going. This chick, I just watched a lady in a walker cross 3 lanes of traffic while a city bus is burling towards her. You got a ukulele. You seem like a happy person. Most people in Seattle don't seem that happy.
I know.
Do you care? Would you be a part of a podcast?
Oh, okay. Hey, hi.
Hi. So I'm Wade Boson. I just do stuff on the internet and just kind of make content.
Okay.
Who are you here with? What's his name?
This is Huckleberry.
Huckleberry?
He's my companion. He's the eyes and ears of my life. He's a husky and Australian cattle dog mix.
Oh, wow.
And he loves to sing as much as I do too.
So, do you make your own music?
I am. I'm a singer-songwriter, emo, indie folk pop artist.
Okay.
My name's artist name is Love Victory Rose. I go by Victory Rose. And I play ukulele. I write my own songs. I play guitar, electric guitar. I actually have a show tonight too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, here in Seattle?
Here in Seattle, yeah.
Where are you playing?
It's a Hop Fine Pub in Capitol Hill on 15th Avenue here in Seattle.
That's insane.
Yeah.
No, so this is my first day in Seattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, most people, I've been trying to do podcast episodes,
Yeah.
but most people are very apprehensive on stopping and talking to people.
Yeah, that happens a lot. There's this thing called the Seattle Freeze.
What is the Seattle Freeze?
The Seattle Freeze is where you don't really say hi or hello or hello neighbor. But I'm here to share some music with the city. I want to just bring that feeling of summertime here when we're almost at winter.
Nice. So how long have you been playing music for?
Over 10 years.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Do you have is it a 10-year journey that I've been making music this whole time, or is it I've gone this far to this far, was this part, and then I started making music? How did it go?
So I started off in my bedroom with a guitar because I wanted to perform at a farmer's market. So I played with guitar at first because I was writing my own songs, but then I did have to take a pause. And I was at a point in my life where there was someone that didn't let me reach my potential, and I let go of that person. And now I have a show tonight, and so that's just another part of on the rise, going up.
Is that an electric ukulele?
It is. It's electric acoustic ukulele.
That's really cool.
And then there's a sticker on here that says "Art is Protest." It's shiny, and I got it at the Cutie Fest in Cal Anderson Park this summer. And then there's this other sticker here which has a rainbow heart. And I got this sticker my first Pride that it was here in Seattle, and that would have been 2022.
That's great. So how long have you been here in Seattle?
I've been here since 2019. Basically moved here in the fall of 2019, and then the pandemic hit.
So you were here for COVID and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you moved here without the intentions of having to deal with the pandemic.
Yes.
So what was that like for you musically and creatively, especially for someone who does art for a living, I presume, for a living, how did that affect you?
It very much affected me because I was stuck inside a room where I wasn't allowed to create my art. And I actually do backstage work too. I'm a technical person. So I was working at the Museum of Flight. If you haven't been there yet,
no, I've never.
You should check it out.
I haven't even seen the Space Needle. I saw the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you saw the
so
wheel.
that was pretty cool.
Over that way.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it was actually during the pandemic. I think it was like in 2021, where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop putting this expectation of myself, saying that like when I create a song, it has to be radio ready all of a sudden, and just like start from the basics. Start from just learning how to stay in rhythm with a metronome, and not just with myself. Because I come from like a musical theater background.
How would you describe that feeling of trying to stay in rhythm with a metronome, other than like your internal rhythm?
It is a muscle that you must practice. At first it feels annoying and you're like, I just want to like have to go with but then eventually when you are able to finally lock in, and then because I'm also a busker too, and so when I'm just like going by someone who's a busker, and then like I like am like a little bit in rhythm with them at the same time, I'm like, hell yeah, like we can get
jam,
we can jam together.
So as a busker, do you find it do you find yourself wanting to jam with other people,
Yes.
or do you prefer to be by yourself when you busker?
I would love to jam more with people. Worries, but you can follow me. Love Victory
do
Rose.
that.
Love Victory Rose on Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. And tonight I'm performing with Nettie Johnson and Gemma. It's a 3-woman lineup at Hop Vine Pub for the Encore Night series. So come to the show if you can.
Oh, that was perfect timing. My aunt like just got here. Had to cut that little interview short, but you know, it's fucking amazing. And we actually got it recorded this time. Look at that.